Hello students, today we will see the second lesson of your Science 1 syllabus, that is periodic classification of elements. Now, up till today 118 or 119 elements are known, but in 1800 only 30 elements were known, and broadly they were classified into metals, non-metals and metalloids. Then many of the scientists tried to arrange the known elements at that time according to different groups. In that, the first scientist, that is Dobrinier, he was a German scientist in 1817. He considered the atomic masses as the important property of the elements. Whatever elements were known at that time, he found out the atomic masses of the elements, and he arranged the groups of the three elements in such a way that they were having same chemical properties, and he called those groups of three elements as a triad, that is three elements in each group. Then first he arranged the elements in the increasing order of the atomic masses. Then he came to know that the atomic mass of the middle element is equal to the mean of the first and the third element. For example, if you consider the series lithium, sodium, potassium. Now lithium has atomic mass 6.9, sodium has atomic mass 23.0 and potassium has atomic mass 39.1. Now if we want to predict what can be the atomic mass of sodium, so what he did, he has taken the mean of the first element and the third element, that is lithium plus potassium divided by 2. 6.9 is the atomic mass of lithium, 39.1 is the atomic mass of potassium. Add them, divide by 2, it came out to be 23.0, which is nothing but the atomic mass of sodium. Similarly, he found out same property is obeyed by these three elements, that is calcium, strontium, beryllium. So again the atomic mass of strontium comes out to be equal to the mean of the masses of calcium and barium. Then third group he came to know about chlorine, bromine, iodine. Here also same law is obeyed, that is atomic mass of bromine is equal to atomic mass of calcium plus iodine divided by 2. Okay, so this was the Mendeleev's periodic table. Sorry, this was according to the Dobrinier's triad. Okay, that is atomic mass of the middle element is equal to the mean of the first and third element, and these three examples are given in your textbook on page number 16. But what was the drawback of this Dobrinier triad? He was not able to classify all the elements according to this method. Only few elements obeyed this particular property or the law. Okay. Then the next is about the scientist Newland. He was an English scientist in the year 1866. Now what he did, he arranged the elements, the known elements, in increasing order of their atomic masses. Now how he started? He started with the lightest element, that is hydrogen, and ended up with thorium. That means he went on arranging the elements from lighter elements to heavier elements. He came to know that every eighth element showed the property similar to the first element. For example, he arranged the elements according to the increasing order of their atomic masses. He started with hydrogen, that is the lightest element. Hydrogen, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, and so on. It is given on page number 17 of your textbook. Okay. Then what did he concluded? What did he came to know that the properties of the first element, that is hydrogen, and the properties of the eighth element, that is fluorine, comes out to be same. So every eighth element showed the similar properties to the first element. So this was called as the law of octaves, and he compared it with the 7 notes in music. For example, sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, and again sa is repeated. Or if you take the English music, in that the notes are do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and again do. So in this way he gave the law of octaves, and he concluded that it is similar to that of the musical notes. That is, every eighth element showed the properties similar to that of the first element. Even here magnesium shows the properties same to the beryllium. Sodium shows properties same to the similar to the lithium. Okay. Now, what were the limitations of this Newland's law of octaves? That it was applicable only till calcium. It was not applicable to all the elements known at that time. It was only applicable till calcium. Then second, he placed all elements in 56 boxes, that is 7 into 8. He boxes made in this way, and he placed all the elements in 56 boxes. Third, he placed some elements with the different properties together. Example, cobalt and nickel. They were placed along with halogens, while Fe, that is iron, which is a metal, which was placed with non-metals like oxygen and sulfur. So this was one of the most important drawback or the limitation. Okay. Fourth one, no provision for newly discovered elements. Whatever the elements were discovered later, they could not be arranged in those 56 boxes. So this was one of the limitation. Okay. Then next is about the Mendeleev's periodic table. Now Mendeleev was one Russian scientist. His name was Dmitry Mendeleev in the year 1869 to 1872 AD. Again, he considered the atomic mass as the fundamental property of the elements. 63 elements which were known at that time were arranged according to the increasing order of their atomic masses. Then he transferred them into a table by considering their physical and chemical properties. Now physical properties like melting point, boiling point, densities, and the chemical properties like their molecular formula with hydrides and oxides. So these were considered. He placed a law, that is, properties of the elements are periodic function of their atomic masses. That means whenever he went on arranging the elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses, then the elements with similar physical and chemical properties repeated after definite interval of time. So he made a law that, which is also called as periodic law, that properties of elements are periodic function. Periodic function means what? They go on repeating after certain intervals of time. So they are called as periodic functions. So what he placed the law that properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic masses. This law is very important. Then let us see what were the merits of Mendeleev's periodic table. First one, atomic masses of some of the elements were revised. For example, beryllium's atomic mass from 14.09 was revised to 9.4. And as the elements were placed according to the increasing order of their atomic masses, so beryllium was placed before boron. So this was one of the important changes which he made in the periodic table, in the previous periodic table. Second, he kept vacant places for the elements which were not yet discovered. For example, he named them, the new elements, as Ika-boron having atomic mass 44, Ika-aluminum having atomic mass 68, and ecosilicon having atomic mass 72, which were, these elements were not discovered at that time, but he predicted their atomic masses and even he predicted their properties, and later on these elements were given the name as scandium, symbol Sc, gallium, symbol Ga, and germanium, symbol Ge. This was one of the most important work done by Mendeleev. Okay, then third merit, noble gases which were discovered later. Noble gases like neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, helium, which were discovered later. Mendeleev created a zero group without disturbing the original periodic table. So this was also one of the most important merit of Mendeleev periodic table. That is, the noble gases which were discovered later, instead of disturbing the previous table, a new zero group was created for those noble gases, and without disturbing the previous periodic table, these gases were placed in the separate group, which was called as zero group. Now let us see. So these were the three merits of Mendeleev's periodic table. Now let us see what are the demerits of this periodic table, Mendeleev's periodic table. First one is the atomic mass of cobalt and nickel is same. So there was ambiguity in placing these two elements. Okay, as that the whole number atomic mass of elements cobalt and nickel is same, that is I think 59. So there was ambiguity regarding their sequence in the Mendeleev's periodic table, that is where they should be placed. Second, the isotopes which were discovered later cannot find proper place in the Mendeleev's periodic table. Now what are isotopes? The elements which are having same chemical properties but different atomic mass. Okay, so it was difficult for the isotopes to be placed in the periodic table. Then third one, increase in atomic masses was not uniform. That means whenever he went on arranging the elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses, it was not possible to predict how many elements could be discovered between two heavy elements. Okay, so this was one of the drawback. Fourth one is position of hydrogen. Now hydrogen shows property similar to that of alkali metals, that is group 1, and even the property similar to halogens, that is group 7. So it was difficult to place the hydrogen or to give position for hydrogen in the periodic table. Okay students, go through this till here, go through this particular topics in your textbook, and still if you have not understood any part, ask me on the group. Okay.